name is Dana Pearls. I'm the statewide community organizer with Pesticide Watch Education Fund. So today is a huge day, a huge success for California. Today, this morning, the Board of Supervisors passed a resolution which urges Jerry Brown to re-examine the registration of methyl iodide, this time taking into consideration all of the public health impacts and all the scientific evidence that we have, which shows that it's detrimental, which takes into consideration all of the evidence, it listens to the scientists who have said under no circumstances should we use this in agriculture. It also urges the county to proactively encourage the use of non-toxic alternatives to methyl iodide. This is going to be critical for the state of California because Jerry Brown needs to know that the communities most impacted by methyl iodide do not want it. So this is a statement that allows the Board of Supervisors, it allows the legislation and assembly members the necessary ammunition to go to Jerry Brown and to the state and say we do not want methyl iodide.
I think this is a really epic moment, and I am interested in this whole issue of methyl iodide for two reasons. One, because of the health of farm workers, and two, because of the environmental cost that the release of this deadly chemical can cost. As many of you know, farm workers are the poorest of the working poor, and they're also the group of people most exposed to pesticides in the United States. The average strawberry farm workers can look forward to a life expectancy today of only 49 years. Now just imagine what would happen if they're exposed, in addition to the pesticides they're already exposed to methyl iodide, a potent carcinogen. What would their life expectancy be with that combination of chemicals? It's unconscionable, really. There are many sustainable and non-destructive alternatives to methyl iodide. Thank you for protecting our farm workers.
At our health center in Watsonville, we've been doing work on a pesticide risk assessment program where we work with women who want to be pregnant within the following year, and we work with them to assess their risk to pesticide exposure, and then we help them with information and with follow-up care to be able to have good pregnancy, to have prenatal care, to have comprehensive visits, and to work with them to minimize their exposure to pesticides. And we're also doing advocacy work in the community in the Bajaro Valley to be able to fight against any other kinds of pesticides that exist in the community and to which women and families are exposed to. So again, on behalf of Planned Parenthood Marmonte, the people that we work with and the communities that we serve, we are really happy to be here, and we want to thank again the Santa Cruz County Board of Supervisors for their bold step.
You know, the Santa Cruz County Board of Supervisors has given us an opportunity as a strawberry industry to move in the right direction and get on the right side of history. This is an opportunity for all strawberry growers, be they organic or conventional, to join the movement to move away from dangerous pesticides and towards less toxic use of these chemicals.
The Board of Supervisors this morning passed unanimously a resolution to send to the governor to say you need to take a second look at methyl iodide. He expressed an interest in that last spring, but hasn't taken an action on that, and we are certainly trying to encourage him to do that. We know that it's a dangerous substance, and the question is not whether it's toxic. The question is whether the state's regulatory mechanisms are going to protect the people and the environment here in the state of California, and certainly in Santa Cruz County. This is where we have long fought for the protection of our environment, our groundwater, our air, and our ability to live and to work. And especially for the farm workers, the folks who are exposed to it on a day-to-day basis, we have to make sure that anything that they are using is as safe as we can make it. It needs to be reviewed on a scientific basis, looking at the science of the toxins and looking at the science of the application and the potential threat. And we need to make sure that the state is not, and that the universities are not just taking a step back thinking, oh, we have a solution to the methyl bromide problem, that's being outlawed. And thinking, well, we're just now going to go to methyl iodide and that solves the problem. We don't need to look any further. There are alternatives out there. There are new technologies coming all the time that are less and less toxic. We have to find a way to encourage those at every step. So what the board did today was a step in that direction, encourage the regulatory mechanisms at the state who have the authority and the power to make those decisions, to actually look at this, look at the science, and make a decision.